Hi, Dr. Michelle here of Secrets of Life and Death and Second Chance Secrets. Today I am again talking about living your life purpose, but today I'm going to be talking about the resistance that comes up. Now, in the last few days, I've been talking about stepping into your leadership, your authentic leadership, living your purpose, making a difference. And isn't the world right now really begging us to do exactly that? There is so much wrong in the world today, and the world needs women and change makers like you to step into your gifts and purpose. That's the way I believe we will change the world. And guess what? The good news is you don't have to do anything that's not in alignment with who you are. Isn't that wonderful? If you don't want to man the barricades, you don't have to do it. The other day, I ran across this Facebook group about white women making a difference. And this is all about Black Lives Mattering. And these two women got together and just decided to do this. And it created this whole viral impact, inviting people to share their experience, particularly people of color, to share their experience so that white people like you or me, or maybe, we can understand what they're going through, that we can learn, that we can actually expand our awareness. Of course, she shared her resistance. It's like, you have this idea and then you want to get started. And it's a little scary to get started. So a long time ago, I decided that I would make a film series called Secrets of Life and Death. Actually, it was just one film. And I was having a hard time getting started because I didn't feel like I knew enough. And I kept on wanting to learn more and doing studying and checking this and that and the next thing. And finally, I guess it was my husband, said, just go do it. Yes, you just have to go do it. Because if you don't do it, you never get started. And yes, the first time I went out and interviewed somebody, it was a disaster. And of course I was afraid, and I tried to create a partnership with somebody, and that turned out that didn't work at all, because she went out and recorded something that was just totally useless. It was not going to work in a documentary. I mean, it was interesting, but it wasn't. It was totally boring. Therefore, you have to take action. You just have to take action. Next week, we're going to talk about setting your intention for the 5 days. We're going to talk about resistance. We're going to talk about commitment, and we're going to talk about vision. And this is going to help you to get off the waiting chair and start taking action. What else can I tell you? We're going to start next week, 6 o'clock in the morning, in the Live Your Brilliance training Facebook group. You will find the training and worksheets with questions that you will answer to get yourself going. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes. And I promise I will keep the training short too. And then later at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, these are both Pacific Standard Time, not standard, daylight saving time, Pacific Daylight Saving Time, I will be back at 1 o'clock to answer your questions. So I'm encouraging you to post in the Facebook group any questions, any concerns, any issues that come up. I want to know what your purpose is. I want to know what you think your gifts are and what you can share with the world. So why is this important? Not only is this important because when you reach the end of your life, you are going to feel like you've had a life well lived. But in the course of your daily life, you will feel more yourself. That when you step into your purpose, it's uncomfortable. You have to face the resistance of your inner child, the part of yourself that is afraid to be yourself. And I have worked with clients who have been afraid to be themselves. In fact, I'm working with clients right now that are people pleasers like I am. And so you're afraid to step out of your comfort zone. And the comfort zone is so comfortable. It's so much more comfortable. But you know what? When you step into your mission, when you step into your purpose, you get a whole bunch of energy. You really, really get inspired and excited and energized. And that's what happened to me. Once I decided, okay, I'm doing this, even though I'm not giving myself 3 weeks, I'm not going out there and promoting for 3 weeks. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now because this is the time to get you going. Because right now, the moon is waning. That is, it's going into the dark phase. And this is the time to go inside. This is the time to plant the seeds, to figure out where you're going. So this is absolutely the perfect time for you to launch something new for yourself. And I'm here to help you. I will give you everything I can in the next 5 days, well, starting Monday, those 5 days. And we're going to end, as I said, with a webinar at the end, which will help bring it all together and give you the directions for where you need to go next and help you to deal with the resistance and the objections that you have to moving forward. I understand. As I said, when I was launching my film series, I had all kinds of objections. A, I did not have a film camera. B, I didn't know who to interview. C, I had never made a documentary series before. But what's interesting is when you step into your purpose, when you go for it, the universe sort of conspires to support you. I needed some people to work with me on making these trainings, and I got them this morning. And I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of effort, and it's not going to be any effort at all. It's going to be fun. So what can you do? What do you think you want to do? You can start thinking about that over the weekend and make sure to join my group so you don't miss any of the trainings. I'm going to check my notes and make sure I haven't missed anything. To repeat, we're going to go over setting intentions, making a commitment and what that involves, making sure that you have success, identifying what kind of resistance you need to get over, and talking about the kinds of things you can do to get over that resistance, and finally really getting tapped into what your vision is. Hi, Claudia. Thank you for watching. I hope you join my Facebook Life Purpose Challenge, which is starting on Monday in the Facebook group Live Your Brilliance Training. Live Your Brilliance Trainings, plural. And there should be a link in the comment section that will take you exactly there. Go ahead and join the group ahead of time so that you can get all the trainings. This is going to be easy, energizing, and fun. Find out who you are. Find out who you really are and start being who you are. I guarantee you will have more energy, you will have more joy, and you will have more purpose. And how do I know that? I've worked with many, many women. Mostly I work with them as a result of some crisis. So one woman came to me, she had been grieving the loss of her husband for 20 years. Now, can you imagine doing that? Waiting for 20 years? And she came to me, and she wasn't waiting. She actually had gone to see psychotherapists and counselors and coaches and blah, blah, blah. And I worked with her, and not only did we get rid of her major grieving, like in the first month, but I got her back into living her life purpose, living a more meaningful life. Which reminds me, as human beings, we need meaning. So not only does our soul need to fulfill our life purpose, but the human body needs purpose. It's the only animal on the planet, I think, that actually needs purpose. Now, of course, I've never talked to any whales or dolphins, so maybe they do have a purpose. But we have these brains, and we are wired to want to have meaning in our lives. And our purpose, where we want to go, what legacy we want to leave, is our purpose. And it gives us guidance. It enables us to make decisions, to choose what works for us versus what works for somebody else. Now, if you're a people pleaser, that's really important because, well, in the past, I used to make my decisions based on whoever was the last person who had contact with me and what they wanted. That's not taking care of my life purpose. Now, it becomes really simple. What's your purpose? Are you living your purpose? What do you need to do to live your purpose? What is your next step? And that's the purpose of the challenge, is to help you to identify what your next step is, to get you going, to get those wheels of your vehicle moving so that you can move forward. I'm really excited. I think I've covered it all. Let's see, was there anything else that I did that also delayed me? Well, fear. You fear you're not going to have enough time. You fear you're taking on more than you should. You worry. You think it's not going to be good enough. You think that you need to do all this extra stuff. This is the cool thing. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can actually take baby steps. And then it creates momentum. And what I found when I did my documentary film series is that the more I did, the more committed I became, especially because I would involve other people and then I would have to show up for them. So now, of course, already I have scheduled a bunch of recordings of the trainings, and I am so committed now that there's no going back. And that's what I invite you to do, is to commit. Commit at least to coming on the Facebook group, watching the trainings, and I will try to keep them short, although with other people they could get long, but I promise they will be interesting. Come on the group calls, commit to making your comments, sharing your questions, and I promise you, you will get the momentum you need. You will get the clarity you need, and you will know exactly what you need to do next. So thank you, Claudia, for joining me. If you have any questions, go ahead and post in the comments section. I'll be happy to answer. Please post what you think your purpose is. I'm actually going to be showing you an exercise that helps you to tap into your intuitive heart, authentic self. How to listen to the inside as opposed to the brain, which in my experience is often misguided. Often our brain has gotten all this programming from our upbringing, from our childhood, from the experiences that we have in life, and being afraid of being rejected. And so it's not always a reliable source of guidance. So the first thing I'm going to be teaching you on Monday is how to tap into your inner guidance and how to listen to your heart, how to find out what your heart's code is. And then we're going to move forward with actually taking some real action. I believe that's all for now, unless you have any questions. Claudia, thank you for joining. Please join the Facebook group, and I will see you on Monday. Bye for now, and be brilliant.